Kan any say menu machine pain, musi offense.
I see the pain.
Wouldn't say nano nam to and a mea me dwinny me who said me, you do an ajo, me nantem, you do an ajo 2 a.m. mammy to me sorry. Namen kwame to and Tiana been me bayful. Nye bay and I will bay a crack, do an ajo. A hon and yansan. We may dean no trans in our dwinny one to me say. Nyoma bi wa na NPP wa ben mu no ne de hohwa ye ho paa say fan say ye wo mema e fan say when it comes to the management of the city nomne sa ne omane no na ye feel say medium ko trans ye me nwanwa na me nansu da say NDC public mama city swati aba be do se bra because ye won kophobia omutimi babage na radio so kachre Ghana fo nyina say ya lucky dollar no she dem dollar na beni ajibe radio so confidence am de kasa because you leader bia or you head of economic management bi duma no otimi manager ya lucky city ne she ho e ma ono atimi ba bonten ba beka and then me betina se na NDC fo ani e form incompetence na NDC for $40 dollar now man abegina say to be very honest with you
2% NDC for bomb mo
don't push to that level asma me can tell
omo mema chemo ana
baby abeduru no akoye se book bi aye kan ye nkwala brem ne ye kan book bi obi ba jeki unimo ba jeki
fa ho nyina to form
dabi na Krupa Lions any Red Lions no mo ko bobo no mo player bi o dey afraid obi ba jeki obedwana num sa ball no ye di Krupa Lions ye be hye 3000 ye koduru park so a obi ba jeki amese poto
bono to so
enei no ye mu bi ye tena se ne ye ko akire ne ye be hwe de ye ko so me to me still I see NDC no incompetence no is still glaring, but the point is that today what are we seeing with what is the dollar rate now? What is happening? Ye obi ba JK for na ne say omudi animu ananka omutimi lock dollar shed dem an MP na no mo way. What is happening? And am I not making sense? Obi ba JK no bie do a na sebi dollar no yes ya chin dollar no and the businessmen. What is the reason why I'm saying that? In the election, coming up to the election, one of the most frequent thing that comes to me, every businessman will come to Ozubempa, mutimi dollar no bibia, businessman no be twaba no, dollar no higher. And the reason why I was using that analogy to tell you, no, for every Tom, Dick, and Harry in our party, and then Ghana to know, I am very key. And he say, every businessman, every market woman, every person, because maybe a grassroots person, people come to me. Hey, na dollar no day na mwana musibu be chi dollar yi, mwantima chi dollar. Say dollar no baby adru no enko ye, ntidie na mo ya fa ho. Oh, munya botre ye de nyoma tutu ye, ne de akoshe Russia Ukraine war. Ye ka na mfa. Ne de afa na mo ye dollar yi dan. It was one of the fundamental issues that play a role in this election 2024. NPP for minya obi okachem say mo flag bearer onwa assure ye say onu de when it comes to management of the city and the dollar and the economy, nobody can beat him.
Na one say during one say oka say adwuma oye no and ama
say ya we taking the wind out of the sail to bo aseme do kono manu makro ma men kan de me entino everybody was so assured say economic when it comes to those days say ye economic NPP ye symposium na ye obi ba JK be gina ho no man lecture no a the NDC baby abubu agu fom meboa now unya aware entino the Ghanaian people had the assurance, they had the confidence say NPP we have the men to manage the economy and manage the city meboa na chese nipa no a odi animu no obi ba JK no you too much ye nyina enim say and when it comes to say Ghana 42 ma Akufuadua Ekufuado the uncle dakra economy no dey chese ya tete no say you Messi no. Ya bed dribble or to say you know. What you say? But you go to a point of say na ye obi ba JK. Ya the question but towards obi ba JK ko answer. No they are fading it. Now if Ghana for who dey call. Hey, we were running away from the real issue of the economy and the CD and the we were running away from it. Meboa, intermediate, the yeme one man now so die say, NDC for power bet ma be manage dollar. I'm a nay businessman be catch and say catch them. Say mo to mu nyoma yi. Na the way a nyoma si kron and go for mu etimi we need the goodwill of the Ghanaian people no matter what. Unu dey just say obia say ya yenko defend sa petrol omudi abeya omudi $1 to so ya. Yes, it's difficult because if you are a communication strategist, very difficult for you to go and defend as an NPP. What is your moral right to go and defend this? Because the point is that what I say, all the Ghanaian people wanted to see the dwindling of the dollar against the CD strength against the dollar. Businessman no cry they free China no or they bad they all share say dollar no ni CD no TD ni jina na so and who being against the dollar. A majority of the business people, that's what we're looking for. Yes, you need to be by JK so say sabi ye be wuru say bibi koso na dollar ni bet manage man so die da say NDC with this management of the economy and they and then we have to be honest. Say, me as an MPP person, me who says that situation happen based on your credentials in your mind when we're in opposition talking about competence in managing the economy and managing the city, you know. Now shed the course we are me who are my ferry and now the question me and say because we have the men. And I'm we have the men. Ebinu Bekachre said they know the inside and out of the economy. They know how to manage the economy. They know how to grab the city and give the key to the IGP.
Some can say much no. I'm a man looking at the MT IGP
any key to. Yeah. You are seeing the city not a plaka. Eti mesre a very fundamental as a people going forward do not ba bemuno. We should be very careful the choice of leaders we take. And the kind of practical leadership that we want to see. Sabio ye leader ye friend Kennedy a compre ko Agyapong. Wato PK da o. Ana oni menim. Wato PK da. O dia se wadi bibia bi wa bi da. Wa ye boga wa hu kukom da wa ye. He knows every facet of the Ghanaian economy. What running business bi da. If you put such a man in the helm of affairs, say and obehu nyoma practical things now no you catch say na dwene ne a saying dom pimele primary school practical you and odi adwuma enti no for me e yade a ubusa question say sa ba ba mu a saying ye be nyoma no me hunu say these fundamental areas of political choices choices that will make us as a political party MPP your baby a ye gina say ye elitist and intellectual political party with pragmatic development and ideas to move the country forward. It is ye nyoma bia say no when that so that say NDC from time immemorial from Rawlings to President Mills to that town they can manage the city to this level. MPP and ye di tu home e can say J Kufuor time under the leadership of J Kufuor and everybody will bear me out. The city was $1 to the dollar. Meboa $1 to the dollar. Na ye mumu asabi esutinia ye sensuo ma mansan edejuju amansan esukoma no ene ofiamo de nanu akan ofiamo odnanu akan eti ye share the situation I buy na dollar no baby na duru na ye say ye were people who can lock the city and put the dollar down money sa
na musa say want say Dr. Baumia during the thank you to no e can say na juma oyeye especially dollar yemfa gold enkonkoto oil ne ade no eno na ama enesidi no enya ho.
Can you go and explain to the ordinary Ghanaian?
Na so ono kai.
There we go and explain to the ordinary Ghanaian. Say ye kwi me ye nyina ye NPP communicators na ye say a co campaign na NDC4 is able to manage the CDR na kodru be 8 to 10 and that saying that 10 or 17 right and as that saying
and the men check it
that say 30
yes about 10 right
10 right into there na election time I could do 2028 meaning amuti na ye ko ka chiri businessman. How are you going to explain it? You say you have an economic guru as your flag bearer. You say you have somebody who can lock the city and put the keys there. So what me also me imagine me to explain it to Ghanaian bia. No matter how strategic I am, this is practical. Etiro okoka yes we umprobiasem and na wan we idea fundamental people ask me the question obuza me.
And definitely be
question obuza me no. Whom waye and am the amount say going forward na ye ba ben mu. These are some of the things we need to correct. See per se you addresses certain issues are very critical to our party. They are very important because yetimi mama me set the agenda be say yeah for you say yetimi ye say never do on we are confronted with the issues we cannot address it to the ordinary.
And definitely in command
leadership no
ebe appear leadership no command ye di ebe pie ewo abatu mu 2020.
That is what we are saying.
Kwan be na be fa so ne Ghana ni na kasa
leadership. That's what we are talking about.
And no na be ma Ghana
practical leadership. It's very important. And no na make catch on. When you be JK theories, Debbie. When you practical leadership, practical. And I'm sure when you look at the Americans, they are not stupid though. Voting for Donald Trump, people think it's just a joke. What do you say? Say me, now practically, the businessman can run a country and see to certain basic needs of the ordinary citizens. What are you talking about?
And Diana for say or say o party new patriotic party yeah obetimi aso Ghana for ani amaya to abama no in 2028.
Say mama can say me
catch me na mentie.
What we say a party o share youth be o Ghana bia say ene yeah sorry say obia unko join a political party. I'm sure say the youth will choose NDC over NPP. And it's a fact. Ask yourself why.
Dientia wona wo kan teaching me mu dientia
CCA youth bia or MPP where they were Mahama strategically asha say reward certain loyalists bia omo no omo ekoye ejamu esumu na hwe the way enyoma siko immediately power will come. Those small boys won't follow ye beka so obi nkofa obi tiabroche baby ni akofa na bani abeman push. Now the real grassroots people, no, they are not care. They don't care about them. And now, when we want to be free, baby, when we were in government, I was fighting people tooth and nail. Because yen na all grounds and yen go for en namwa yen nim say yen better boiling point. Yen you call Let My Vote Count Alliance. Yen you far yen you say those people, a lot of people were sidelined. Ain't you know? So leader on chele sa anyo mano. Te se Kennedy Agyapong o se di o wa puto o nchiri se o di bomu Kennedy Agyapong o no trans se bio wo akore ya otue onim se da udi akire ukoba o bre ukoba na tumi aba no ye president da o se enko sake o. Kennedy will not do that. He will give the opportunity to anybody. He doesn't care who else is go. What do you say? And no need the kind of a year they build the party. Mahama has done that. And there were celebrities be number here, including political science lecturers. Now your name is neutrals, Professor Jampunum. It's almost some kind there. Now cast will be teacher. No, share, yeah. Even speaking for your party, crowd, and not even assembly crowd that. And all the voices be say, neutrals be kasa, I'm NPP. What be? What is a neutrals? We are political analysts. How they share the atmosphere. Look at the nurses strike. Look at the situation in Kosovo. And then look at the political atmosphere. me person me chere what they share the general atmosphere politically. NDC is being bruised politically, but because we don't have a strategy, because strategy no mama and neutralizing nyoma bebre, when neutralizing nyoma bebre, oko kasesi ya yeni enim book, yeni enim way, yeni enim otwi committee, odu wani shade bi sa ye communication meeting. I told them say your flag bearer is trying to deviate from the issues of the economy. On confront to number out to me apologize. If catch them say me so bodam for crowd the NTP da. Ye call digital house economy. The point that I'm making, no, it is all sharp and can nurses strike aba or the deal levy aba. What you say anka posterity is now coming back to a Akufo-Addo administration and you're my Ghana for the before to tia. But look at the atmosphere. Because share will be a petrol station. Odi paro kaka say you dollar aba for mu die. So ko tia deal levy kura na ya on fa.
Sana ni pana kacha.
Yes, because the American ultima, the American see here. The strategy is that we're neutralizing certain atmosphere to the extent that the voices that is supposed to come out and create that adrenaline, political adrenaline. Ebema NPP, yenya vindicate. Sometimes, we don't even have to speak for ourselves. The citizens will speak, but because of a new man, time, it's easier. Doctor, certain group of people are making. Na Professor Jampo no ba be kan asem no a obehwe no political lens dey aka no se bi ensu ayira fa kremu de besin ayira na na fu bebe otizungu no be. So it those people within the political space, how do you handle them?
Dr. Baumia echo UK echo ye analysis be concerning impeniphobia ye de omo ko ana certain flag bearers ye de omo ekoye emre bia atwam ene percentages omo enyaye ene senior wose bia e mo san ko biem ene ade ye ya and now here come Kennedy Onyina Agyapong ono nso ba mu ebe ye analysis e ka se time a New Patriotic Party de ye yewura adubu ahen koye na duru ba bi no mo hu se no onye appealing to the masses no omo bae esan besesa no nti se obi kasa asem ya onkyere mu yie. Now we hear a lot of people omo kase na Canadian kase yie baby of final wo na won no enam wo say me some question ni America
a rhetorical question. You don't demand an answer, don't worry. I just want to throw it out there to the ordinary people. First, mathematics. Ye pese full soldiers are more Ghana mu aye wo mo that time Professor Dubu na me miswa but me hu ye me of afoy miensa and the founding fathers of NPP me me tie ya almost sorry anon kikan sim hu party ne ye dia me kan sem achotie Professor Dubu Oban no onye vice president on wanye obi a running mate wanye buzi a running mate for 8 years me buzao Professor Dubu mu an mu tie no Professor Albert Dubois satamna Rollins had transferred from military rule at the Aba 1992 establishment of 1992 constitution. Afen ye nyina ye pepe ye dan kwa buzia club penifom kai se na me wofa mom committee na du asabre nom ni me wofa fom penifom committee na almost started de Dubois bae no. It was just a few months,
3 months
to an election. Professor Dubois, the name Anu was the traction of talking about culture of silence, writing books on history, and people knew him as somebody no vociferous and no kasa against Rawlings leadership. NPP for say, Yedene kwa ebebwa uti and NPP for presenting within that short time. One, na Professor Dubois, na onye obi running mate wankodi buzia running mate and now kodi NPP. Those days Vito Usunum, baby, when you be a change political traction. Compare that to Dr. Baumia. Naje Akufo-Addo is one of the most popular politicians at that time. We Rawlings and Akufo-Addo, and J. Akufo. Popular. So if this man appoint you as his running mate, do you know the political mileage that you get? 8 years. 8 good years. Adubuahin when yamu say one day kuraso okodi buzi echina buzia anase obi running mate ana wan leaders on by you know wenya eno ya one. Adubuahin ama me vice president of the Republic of Ghana for 8 years. Mumusa Adubuahin mebe bua mo amunnim no historians obiani Jay Kufuor the same thing. Jay Kufuor wa meye obi the only thing oya say foreign minister Adabuzia. And no any vice president or they compare and obi oya running mate for a popular politician or compare with the difference.
To can be sister Dr.
Nana Adodan kwa Kufuor me ba tobo as brebe ma tobo me do kono ma no makro ma nya hu prebu. Ensem no de do so pa fax ni bebre o. Jay Kufuor Nana Adodan kwa Kufuor do. Wa ma me obi running mate ansa be di vice president ansana ye electing as a flag bearer, and yet few months no the performance no and the da no 30-something%, right? Few months so NPP for say eno kra no de me be ma another exclusive you de tobo and me dey ate NPP for say crachi transe ye go for obi from Fanimra na o performance we there enkoyi Akufuado esan abetedubu ansan buy oni je Akufuo be contest here no NPP for rejecting no, and we should set the record straight. Je Akufuo obaye no the area finish said there was a great alliance. Few months party ni putu ni oma together and okoye o pejamu about 41%. Party ni ka se on be regroup no man san ba omo ba na party no ti ye hwe ne performance no compared to the nyoma oye no if you see ye beto an so and okoye no ko wini. Now when it comes to key fundamental things in womu and they say yeah, the candidate are elections. The reason why Jay Kufuor, Kufuado, Adubuahin, NPP account party, NDC Mahama Babonte be kachire nyina say, o de mo minua Dr. Bawumia odimochi, o de di omachi, eduru say leadership ba, NPP for few, they will never vote for you. And NPP delegates and Reshemu said, no, we are not an account party. No, we will not accept this. We have a vice president who is a Muslim. We have a vice president who is a northerner. We want to prove to every Tom, Dick and Harry, say, we are not. And again, the party will get more votes from the North and the Zongo community to complement Ashanti and other strongholds of the NPP. Meboa and NPP for their hokika any day any ekotu abanu boom. Even though there was an establishment support, and remember how and omode man. Now check the data no and I'm the man no TNE. Our candidate didn't call 2024 election. He lost onya 0 over 30 polling stations in the northern region. 0. Adubuahin, Jay Kufuor, Utie, Adubuahin, Jay Kufuor, Nana Adodan kwa Kufuor. None of these candidates are moving free north. Enya 0, sir. In over 30 police stations. And that's the main reason why we wanted to prove Mahama that we have a northern candidate like him. We have a Muslim candidate. Meboa. But yet, our candidate now, or see, your man a second chance. No? He got 0 in over 30 polling stations.
And what you're saying?
Police stations are one northern region, no, 3 northern regions, no, 30. Unya 0.
Until sa 0 no nya no ekrese.
Ekrese. Na me ubebusa me. Ko busa no e.
Ekrese dey bent na so say because say mo na munya sa gidie no say. Meba. O ka ho. Ya munya gidie say Zongo communities no say mo de Dr. Baumia ba on beto aba e de amamo. Muslims e beto aba e de amamo. Yet mo de naba na se mo akọ bakodi ntwo ayete sa na me busa say e die benti na kire say nipa na na muzu say mo benya vote free na mo anya no e kire mo say den.
Well, you go and ask the party delegates.
O ka ho e kire mo say den.
Go and ask the party delegates.
We are delegate.
Me ba so enye no nko a.
Okay.
Enye no nko a. Akufuado eba power. The first thing abra oye and it's over set up a Zongo community because we thought we have that kind of NPP MPSM Zongo form PSM ntida no say dey you push an agenda of Zongo community development. Never bua. Whole ministry was established. You have a vice president who was having oversight responsibility as a running mate and a leader. What not say I a running mate for 8 years. I was a vice president. You say this time the Zongo hodie you be fan fala. In fact, on one club Bijino can say the Dr. Baumia Badia Zongo any northern region you be fan form. I was so happy because me and me in particular, God is my witness. The only argument I was always making is that once we have a candidate who is from the north and candidate for the first time who is a Muslim, we will sweep.
I don't know that TV no.
The north, the Muslim votes and the Zongo votes. Now check the statistics. Apart from Winneba Zongo, you lose all the Zongos in the country. I'm saying you have an electric magnetic strategy. Anything my hono nyame edi ye ho afofi. We lost all the Zongos apart from Winneba Zongo. Eti you are a delegate. These are the facts. Dr. Baumia, I love him. He's an intellectual. He's a smart guy. But these are the facts. And as a political analyst and a political scientist, me feel say a big problem as a political party. So person will call it to an election and you want to win an election and you want to go and recycle the same problem and go out there. Because total rejection rate, I know, analysis, was almost about 71.2% rejection rate across the country for our candidate. To your political party, now so person we need power. Me na be na kan say, so obetimi do maame kura ko near the tumi amawa, unya tumi ade akojo maame. Now, the analogy I know ye and a Kennedy Agyapong, na no me de post we beto hui, or mudi matem or na Kennedy Agyapong is here candidate. How can Kennedy Agyapong be president? You are not sensible than the Americans. Donald Trump was they look America for no media no FN say he's a riffraff. No fan the somebody that they can't even imagine him being the president. But Americans say they can see a leader in him. Now throughout the historical facts, be professor, be research about it. Now no matter how say every great leader be now leader be unique be they have one characteristics about them. Maybe that's the main reason why I support Kennedy Agyapong is that they have a little bit of craziness in them. Every leader be great what be we asia what achieve be the din da ho ebesi ne bia that kind of craziness.
And you think sir we are such leader now?
Because one man uncle for now until the American Asia would a true question to me we are no hit me. The reason is that Winston Churchill, Adolf Hitler, Napoleon Bonaparte mention some of the great leaders in the world. Omunina such a character runs through them. Yakowo ye baba be defeat we say Churchill share denwa the soldiers kresa. How can you go to war with such a military year uni bibia ubetimi dia stand them? or defy everything, defied every leadership around him, and decided that crazily he will go with those kind of men, and lo and behold, he won. Hitler, look at the Holocaust. Or take a decision. Say, listen, damn the consequences. I will step on people's toes and I will take this decision, and this is the result that I get. We have leaders like that who get up in the morning and say Ghana, you're a real leader. Obesori no panu akọ Kwame Nkrumah circle say ne me bubuasi modern lorry park IBC that Kennedy with me for the long time I've known him can do that. You get up in the morning and tell you in the face, Minister of Finance, what gufu, get out, me you wadi. This is the kind of leader that we want. A leader who will get up in the morning and tell you that this is how I want the whole institution of state institution to behave. About 6 now and Rojumama Obaye Uwadi. The only leader in Ghana at the moment, Kennedy Agyapong. He is the only one who can do that. And I know, I have so much confidence in him. Mamima example, Ghana Gas. Oba as a board chairman. Or show Mudi and one day. Or Tisem Crawford Merjuma. Eba almost bear 6. Omuba bear 10. General managers in penny 4 ne 1 wine. Made the Boba Kukumanuma. Kennedy did one Oda Busa Kudusumo. Odua 7:15. Now man for Merjuma. Juma or did D. Saki Bibri suspendi Bibri. A moment the clock be boss ube urama o clock. First time a Ghana Gas in ya automated clock system man ube uramo ye hwan yo ube clock. Oba ye me kamidi exec kamidi palo. Oba na me ni obusa me managers listen me why. He gave it to me in the face in front of everybody. This is the kind of man we are talking about. And you be a leader ne nkwala atimi kodi atem ni afa chire ni esre otimi kan chire obi aso nyai. Not that kind of leader. Kennedy Agyapong, they make catch the characteristics of leaders. Me, I can see that in him. And he delegates any NPP for media. Why? They always talk about this issue. Oh, Papa Wena, Didi we atem no Didi one atem. Oh, the moon check Kennedy Agyapong. Banta or no be biano. It was because of NPP. One meka as someone
Ghana in general.
And fun one because of NPP and Ghana fighting for justice for people. One the catch us all the kokomote kwa iya and fast to nya kwan. Asante for the bus abeno. Udi kokomote kwa iya ya de sutro ne ja kwan. And I want to for some pakodo. Ah, papa na kuma and I unyo bia or what passion for people and the love that he has for people. Or who you maybe at any time. And I'm always when Bamana was going to be blessing me. Ah, and so who are Becano Ghana, higher part of society who are dear, nice oh, my background, I can say, yeah, yes, oh, yeah. That's the kind of society that we are building. But you once now who are my a bit me Danny Boja who my anajo. A benami buntini. Your uncle for one once now who are my or me to me Danny Boja who my anajo. Enti baby a ye kron Ghana as a country baby a ye pesi e kron ni baby a ye pesi e wura na ye hwe baby a Ghana ye political history aduru. Everything is business as usual. The technocrats, the lawyers, everybody just looking at business as usual, business as usual, business as usual. And they decided to say as a country, you try a leader with the practical ideas, a leader who can come out and make decisions practical. Because the last time I catch you say Kennedy Agyapong, every person in Ghana bia or every part of Ghanaian society bia can see themselves in him. Now me can officer me boy. If you are poor, what a single room da. O ma me here no, what to PK da, o ye boga da, what to coin da. Wako hustle da, o ye taxi driver, what tumpada, why ye day, what trouble, what hustle, what ko ifa, uba Ghana hano, o mami no nibi, o dan and papademu, na utu kwan we student no o fa kwan fa futu kwan mu ko one of the best schools in Ghana and ko rob soldiers with anything will be a company businessman be Canada Japan every person in Ghana can see themselves in Canada Japan and that is the leader that Ghana is looking for. Me say me nama masu ebu. That was the first interview I granted. People were thinking I was shocked. Me see people the Canada Japan fever. And yeah, about say the NPP we are going to look for a running mate or we are looking for a presidential candidate. The Ghana for penny at the Bema. Eh, Musena Papa no, Ghana for sure no pay. Papa no musu onye, muna muka musu onye, but Ghana for see the onion yepen. I don't know for the Ghana for pay. All don't kokromoti be me to me. Aname boa. Ghana for don't kokromoti be me to me. The man compassionate leadership. The way I was seeing impact on ordinary people from the time Unim Krofo afan in some through US visa lottery kwa omotima di ye wa abrochida you have no idea na ye mu bi kra na esusu you best start US visa lottery and Krofo benya green card akota America Canada Japan started everything in Ghana here
until somehow can
can say apart from that na no me call Konfanoche who say me team wo Kumase because Konfanoche na obi a pra ne ko say MRI machine esiwo me kwa na me ni me ka checken omso yes ye ko tua ka omso Canada Japan atua kadada watua dia so ba mu bi atua everywhere you see is for go to the northern region go check the hospitals the impact this man has made there oye bibia onka now it's about time that people document what he has done a branch bako or co university sika no obetua school fees 3,000 Ghana cedis 3,000 no onya na Canada Japan ko adom FM he ya eno ko hia no ode na sembo na kwa nanim esu Kennedy twin bottom say 5,000 ode man sika no kra broso abrante ne oye graduate de ne gan e be kire ken how many millions of young ones out there and then impact mami bi sorry so ko omukoye adwuma bi yesi factory bi wo say western region say central region baby omuko omu twitwa eniomo si potatoes so say de o si Canada Japan pa na ne nioma ekofa ne omukoye no no nya bibi ohwe ne ma a lot of different stories that the impact that this man has made on the ordinary people na ye sorry a ensemu a ye ka no ye nhwe papa no ni nioma wo ye de bo Ghana but because we our own selfish parochial interest in tino na ye hwe nioma no on a periphery but the media maker said the Ghana for ka na me ozu be mpa ma betra ha make kire wo na Ghana for ese NPP amanyoku yemfa Kennedy Japan mra and as a deputy communication director my job is to communicate what the ordinary people are telling us to the people of Ghana. Nien country homo nien country the whoever knows the delegates you know near they know. What you say to we catch us and who's your communication director and what taking sides? No, I'm not taking sides. I want my party to come to power. Et you know, the homo catch them and I may communicate it to my party delegates. Say delegates for Ghana for some of the Canada Japan ba mbama mutumi eti munko fa Canada Japan bra ntia nuti na mania bra meti ha me kasa Ghana for no ka every day nanu am betra ha me kasa unim ahemfo afre me unim a lawyers ni doctors ni penifo toto wuro a efrem o Ghana ha asem no eno ana usu aka no kosoa na remind the Ghana for say mudi Canada Japan ba ye beto aba
Ernest Kofi Owusu Bempa ana mene no edi nkomo ne nsam aka mu odu enti maye kom na mehwe no ene wo probu ho oka asem bi se all the top leaders are abawiase omo a wo ho ebobra emo man etu mpone ade nyina no they have some sort of a bit craziness in them. Just recently, Ohu said there was a research about Bontene. Now, research no findings nearby no HSA. Ghana for almost 25% support say the craziness leadership Tuare nom eda na di wo Burkina ho na omu nyina support sa de no e wa ha
of course
enti no na mami hu say ampa indeed we a grassroots person you tie from say
de bro asema making wo de hwe Tuare o good ni nyina ne say you see adewe nya Kennedy exhibit ya kandadada dia oye no Burkina Faso Kennedy akeka wa kwan enioma ekoso onu ne party otimi cassette ya ne party said ye ekoso na no enya no bi na mbeka ya omu dia no mu di matem say adenti mabeka about this particular subject matter to do with the NDC boys amije.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to also have your own conscience as a human being to know say enya about ye build your mind and as ye build a party and now ye build the individual but they about Ghana first. When I start taking Ghana first or Ghana
Kennedy Agyapong.
Is it not Kennedy Agyapong?
Yeah.
There was a time the issue came that he was discussing it on Oman FM here. Kwabna Kwachi, may he so rest in peace. Yeah, say you best stop no. Now share the adrenaline, the body language, and the way the man is shaking with passion to say because of Ghana. How many times that Kennedy Agyapong called tears in the full glare of the general public said BB called wrong? How many times that delegates Kennedy Agyapong Emetra radio soon shed tears the way grassroots were being treated? Ya bokabu NPP ya bokabu no the handkerchief no su. How many times na de kono kanisika wanya kontra fie na no sorry oni Alhaji Bature eti adom every day talking about NPP. Papa we me kai say election 2012 ye nyina ekopie mu golden tulip na sad time yes NDC for the ammunitions akogu the ballot boys akoshishe golden tulip. The only person yes ye boys no ye nso nkope boys mbra na ye nkope sika mom mi mo bom penifo di penifo atwotwo wuru ano mo party nim. Sir John was there. May so recipes. I don't go for more yepsere. So ya no usu bempana. Oh, but later they said for mudia and some way bekan. Kennedy Agyapong run came. Oko tamsika that time. There's so 200,000. That time yes kaketwa. Or the man who you also okofu suaba. Okofa bia ba bekan ho dia ma boys. Nobody. Edru brebi ye ko Congress ewe Tamale NPP umkwakoyi delegate Congress. We are all part of it. Kennedy amount of money a party na party sika kro mu de betwa mo nkra ne bi ni o. Kennedy Agyapong have to dig in his pocket. Call the general secretary. Say John ye nenam ne nkwala ne nyina me Samia Oku Chaso Usu your friend is saying boys ye omudi na chi bebre say John ne nkwala ne obi ani. Kennedy had to pay to get us to Tamale. Why you wearing na ye kosi wasibi. Ni ya dibona bodi ya no ontie. Mibuzao. Di waputo ochiriso odibom. Di waputo ochiriso odibom. Na ye wia no masa betrase. Ozu bempa o ye NDC ni and I'll go back to your NDC. Ya no hu yemsre. Me mesiko bempa. Me wo fa na nadu asabre. Omu no musika echichiri danko buzia club e wasante achimnof honorable kojo banredu me papa first cousin no me ofafo ne kope busia ko tua the filing fee na mu ya NPP for chair me ozu bepa mu NPP no ye fruma me ofafo mako 3 na ye founding fathers na me ba ha no me do mu certificate no founding fathers for certificate ba be kire mu na omo papa num omo mame omo papa omo mame 31st December Women's Movement originators. Omo papa was chairman of Council of State. Me modin omo kontafo political party bi MPs. Omo busuafo no mo household no try dom another political party. Omo kura no say omo kobu stake in MPP na me osu bempa. Me me papa no ndo musika me ofa no ndo musika chichire MPP no me nya MPP ni halaila
baby adu no
ya me kacha na de kan omo ti social media wa ne se mu no omo kan Edruwa yedi e car ye papa no boy
so they
don't know
me so say so money for social media for this year
hwe na pupu obo na su Akufo-Addo ne record ne de call elections me boa when elections ye two abanu wie na Agyapong be flag bearer enye Akufo-Addo records ne de be call
enwa
who born dog and na yetimi fo bi trans social media no vilify Akufo-Addo in the name of somebody who want to be president. You vilify Akufo-Addo sa. Hey, Akufo-Addo money oye ye say call Congress. Na kwa Agyapong be say yen kofo obi mra ne enweva na yi kwa Agyapong ne kan nyam nam kan yen enweva no ne enfa no me running mate. Na Akufo-Addo say ono an openwa o de betina wa manipa na ba be shoot into political limelight. Ne boni oye ya no. Ene wanye reshuffle ni ya begina platforms Akufo-Addo anye reshuffle ni e ka meanwhile as a political strategist bia oyo bia onim politics bia nim say Akufo-Addo suffered the same, benefited the same thing under Akufo when the whole establishment was against Akufo-Addo. Anybody aje Akufo be in a deal very reshuffle no bia the person ran to Akufo-Addo. Who was he favoring when he was not doing a reshuffle? Why not they favor no? Political science, a common sense should tell you. Why not reshuffle no favor? And yet the same people go on radio, on TV, on political platforms and vilify Akufo-Addo. And Akufo-Addo ya bunsam kesiya wa NPP mu. Ne boni because obi person be president Akufo-Addo there. Ya pesi beti ni din kura. The same thing. Let me tell you why Agyapong will win this election. Opa ne bode tuto and ne mo pa mu nyina
and June 2025
me usu be mpa na me catch no hwe ye go to aban Dr. Baumi onya say
60 something.
Why? A whole establishment. Uye DC, you are whip online. Uye minister, you are whip online. Uye CEO, you are whip online. Anybody that matter, a whole government machinery was for one candidate. Mebwa. If Agyapong was able to get say 37%.
Yeah.
Now whole establishment, you know, you have only 40%. Now Dr. Baumi has 60
something percent.
61%. Say 40% free 61. Now ready Rebecca. Now for compare Agyapong. That establishment and then no be anyone was so say you could say go contest you do one obo. You two police stations you we are. That establishment, you know, the jigsaw is gone. To that 40%, you got to assume is a move bears at 15, 20, 25, 30. So omu die the omu to about obi antimi yom because me this year untimi name tifie untimi kan kire me say me nkoto nko ha ana me nko ha because ye be yimadi me nye CEO biem untimi nka so be yimadi me boa that thing we obi a we political strategies by now they should be revising their nose all Kuano alone Kennedy will win by 72% of this elections.
72%.
About the market. No be a whole establishment. It was against one man. Kennedy Agyapong. He was able to get 31% as a 7. Hey, can you too much? The whole establishment too. Now you see who bond up. All right. Running campaign
messages I would run family NS Kofi Usu Bempa and no Abua Papon Nania Bruta Abraso said messages I would abano yetimi ebo bobo so and ye be nkofo bebre boni ko yentimi kan ni nyina Sabato we afi I ready obapa et say
Mr. Nkuminyamiado me ho ye pa
bibia ye kama on
bibia ye kama and your black no so color ne
and the messages na abane de ehu
but me dem ahodi beti
ye ni ahodi betimi aye
okay me for YouTube there ama kunadu say let's Ken be Ken Kofi Kwanza say whether rain or shine we are for Ken the only lion in Ghana. Good afternoon Mr. Inkum for the good work Francis Dakwa say let's can be Ken for 2028. No Ken, no vote or defeat Italy and a buy. Eunice Efia Fosia say ha. I am connected watching you live from Sowutium, Accra. Mr. Inkum, you are doing a great job. Well done, oh. And also the way by a champion Kwame say Mr. Inkum, only Honorable Kennedy Kwame Agyapong who can rescue NPP from the hands of NDC. Hashtag, we are seriously connected. No Ken, no votes. Masinu Payne. Nanama say, watching you live from the Garden State, New Jersey. Honorable Ken's second home. And Nanama so the way by Nyamedo say, we are connected. Watching you from US. Alberto Ofori say, let's Ken be Ken. Eric, we are facing Mr. Inkum, my name appear here. Eric, we are facing. Good job, Mr. Inkum. Continue the great work, educating us and revealing the truth about NPP. Yamami Winnie Champon say, good afternoon, my children and granddaughter. We thank God for another day. Wish you all blissful weekend. God be with you till we meet. God willing Monday. Sinupain with no fears. God is with you always. Another love emojis eka home. Clarissa Asa Babium ene. Clarissa Williams say, God bless you, my dear Inkum. Another love emojis ne 100% na asa account. I say I don't know what she mukina. Nyamedo say Sinupain, I love this show. God bless you for supporting, protecting and defending Ken. Samuel Kofi say, please. Okay, on the end of your question, be no bisa. Clarissa Babi, you must say, Sinupain is the best show. Keep it up. Emmanuel Eshan say, Baumia should tell us where he got all these monies he's spending, flying people up and down. Oh no, so didn't they buy. Baby Rasta GHC, we love Ken. For Jane Ghana say, let's Ken be Ken. Some say more fire. Kwabena Gentle say, good morning, watching you live from Canada, Montreal. No Ken, no vote. And also Eddie way by Francis Adai say, let's Ken be Ken. Ama New York 1 say, God bless you guys for the good work. The good work you are doing for Kennedy. By the grace of God, he's coming in 2028, whether those people like it or not. Harmony says, someone should remind Samira that her husband is super incompetent, so we don't need this service anymore. Still no Ken, no votes. Apia Manasseh said, Mr. Albert, you speak well. Let the wise hear and listen well. Those who are holy should go to the sky and be holy there. Whatever they will do, Honorable Ken is coming. And also so anyway by Emmanuel Shan say, Ghanaians don't need self-acclaimed humble leader who condones corruption, but rather a serious visionary leader like Honorable Ken. Ajimanda Rocha say, when Samira Baumia and Baumia were enjoying power for 8 years and amazing wealth, demolishing NPP people's houses, did you meet the Tescon? Shame. And Ajimandi way by Nana Kwame say, from Insa or the Insa say, in fact, nurses deserve better, so the government must address their conditions of service to end their strike. Now. Hashtag kudos to Akompre Kon Honorable Kennedy or Hini Agyapong. Some also say more fire. Original boy Kweku Brown say, where was Baumia? Where was Samira Baumia when Abronya was insulting Kennedy Agyapong? Tell her to keep quiet before we show her where she comes from. Ampofo say, we don't want someone who will run away within 24 hours from general election. Obiba JK is not a leader. Nanama, Ama New York 1 said, this guy called JDM and his party, NDC hasn't done anything to the dollar. If you go to Nigeria and other countries, the dollar is stable because of Trump. Into I say Mahama Enyeshi, I don't know so they need their buy. Original say, Mr. Owusu Bempa, please, I need your contact. Alex Safo say, I am connected. And also the way by. Ama Francis say, Mr. Owusu Bempa is very bold man. Like Honorable Ken, continue for your good work. we love you, thank you. On the thumbs up, eka ho. Boachi Yadom say Owusu Bempa is a great guy. Nanama said the last time I checked, I was connected. That's a Wi-Fi not connected. Boachi Yadom now say let's Ken be Ken. Original say no Ken, no vote. Ekuyama Nkwa say I love Ken about Hitler. I love Ken about Hitler. Isn't a good person. Don't compare him with Ken. Okay. Clarissa Williamson, Mr. Owusu, more fire. Kweku Prekese and some thumbs up. Yao Aban say yes, this is the man Ghana needs. And see, Frimpon Henry say, please, Mr. Inkum, please, how far with the meeting today and any updates on the national chairman? Say I went here from the beginning.
Meeting
okay. Kwejo Malfo say, let's Ken be Ken. God bless him for us. God day we did say it all. Michael Arthur say, let's Ken be Ken. Honorable Ken Nyaminsa Womu. Okay. Malizi say, I'm connected to NPP. JC say, we the good people of Ghana are connected to an honest, incorruptible, selfless, talk and do leader like His Excellency Ken Agyapong to change the destiny of this country, not a paper economist bawulaya.
Anyway, all right, ma men more modern men call phone lines. So they bet me 5 course per. Yeah, 5 course per. I have a son copy, mammy Combra. Yeah, 5 course per na fe yeah to me abba back na yeah the Jumede no abba away. Yeah, funny pan numpe. Yeah, pump 4. Okay. All right. Eti ya stand the time no. Ya stand the time no. Nyankopon adom won say nanso no general manager ankasa wa menim ka kire me
dangerous ye to aba no as a political person me di politics e chi ache Ghana fo bi adwene nko ho me ade ba ko a me hu ye na me hwe di TV so na say lawyer mu nyina ma adwene amaso eni say we MP na ye vulnerable na ye bobo resource now no presidential candidate hinana yakoto abama mu na ye bobo resource na abrewa ehwe se enimu so bia be hu no resource na tehwa no pa no resource no ebia kamura mu otwe bewi ate bodwesa ngo prapra ba bi da enya meduru ye otoa no pa obeso TV ese o presidential candidate a consider defeat na ndc fo ato ahye so we MP na say o say this is good enough for you as a delegate and you think that this is how leadership goes. Every leader must come along with his people, no matter how the circumstance would. Maybe 7 hours or 10 hours wait couldn't have done anything. Of conceding couldn't have done anything. Most of the MPs, and they mame bakone dia kemuramu ya still are because Basim Tale and his boys, the same Usu Bempeya, I called their bluff when I decided say I'm going to Muhammad's house 1 year before election. Now I knew say NDC for this is how they are going to operate. Okay. So I decided say Airbus matter, I'm going to John Muhammad's house. You saw what happened. Basun Tale and his people came out in the full glare of the general public with machetes and other things. 1 year, 1 year before elections, threatening us. No beyond Temasena party for no be said them tea making near Dimatem, near Casse or say party no, or yes say 1 year after the election, the same process. Vice President came to denounce Yalusu. Then you saw Basim Tale and his boys holding machete and chasing our MPs all over the place. Mebwa,
no correct.
I was a prophet. Or maybe I can see beyond what people don't see. It's politics now, no yet anu maf talk any gidi ne ye shwani muni ya dia politics. Me, I have been through a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I've gone round as matna leaders running countries. I've been around 2 presidents. And no youth in this country has experience when it comes to politics than me. I always say it and they think it's a joke. It is not a joke. You understand what I'm saying? Anna, adeɛ baako a mesa ka kyerɛ youth for a mo Ghana ha a political philosophy me de ma obia nko check. O pese wo ye leader. Any leader bia oba wiase bia na o ye exceptional leader wa achieve a lot to bia no. They go through a political struggle. Every great leader bia na any leader bia wa achieve success. Monfa note na montro. Wa be ye leader. Yesi wiase yabo ni din a waka bibia na wa ye bibia enchirima be hu bia no. They go through a political struggle. They don't achieve it on a silver platter. Say I call pick you. Near do be see say wo ye person wo ye leader. Nelson Mandela went to prison for how many years? He was out before he became a leader. When say church here, look at his political background. Go and check Adolf Hitler. Go and check all the leaders, even in the Bible. David or Savoy, he went through a political struggle. Obaku cried a friend with Joseph. Nini anumu tono. Emane konswaku and kwasumu o Egypt. And son obey a leader. E Pharaoh obey nya dum of Pharaoh any. All leadership will go through a struggle. Now unyan on a silver platter. You can never be a leader. Delegates move away to my dream. Now I'm going to hear the interview a couple Agyapong here and now I'm going to be mum go to him. Very
Ernest Owusubempa no ebraso say yeah WhatsApp messages I would ever so but my young call phone lines no so na fe yem pick course we are na ya sign up back to studio na ya toa so e wa ha 0240550899 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Sinupay.
Yes, can I say the
Udi, baby, a free na yentio.
Me free awutu tianko, awutu west. Chairman Charles me katamo.
Chama yentio.
Kacho musu be pass, on kana kuma nsu ne yam. Na 2003 no. Ayeto abama kene Agyapong ne ba omiano. Awutu senya west. Na government machinery e council awutu senya hankata west hankata no na a BP2 aircraft bomber e so well awuti Jubilee House and so no can Agyapong really kawakuma tu ye na ye da to aba kan be ni 85% e was the whole Ghana can Agyapong be ni out down 85% e was Ghana ha Ghana Bia NPP Bia Sufrek at Agyapong. And come to you, Wusubiampa, Napan Agwan Sisako, no who be ever Ghana ha. On the who said yes, can Agyapong. I don't know about the Japan never Ghana ha. Hands down, come to you.
Men so medase chairman say what do the aba 0240550899. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, sir. Sinupay.
Can see the tip.
Would baby out free na yentio.
I come as and so me free me land.
Abani yentio.
Me ma only Owusubempa ne Mr. Betina or him as sabate me ma moduma ma moye. Na ye kase ase party monobi adigi na no kasa eye the honorable Kennedy Bano be me history dia and they will be obi crew asamoke undi obi atem aha o ma history said the abato the city na afi mu mu yakum na mo kan de mo pe bia na ye pese e kire won se stala no mu kan mu ne do mo pe bia aha just could be an uncomfortable person we do and umuhi maso dear gusta bon person I was see on a working henano a form for can as mutie yet the bay who saw him can be to my job myself Yamisha, Yaminia, he can do super.
All right. Yes, so yeah, that's it. Papa pass what me about Jumediano eso. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
Hello.
I come and say it here.
Yes, sir.
Opani Woody, baby, I'll cast a free night you.
A friend of Michael, we cast a few of Uncle 7 days.
Michael, yet you.
The person making say, Honorable Eddie Papa, especially when you are saying about Antima, when the bank be, when your issue be. Honorable Bar, a friend say, homecoming or a foot to the moment, and now my mania, Babin shop, my baby, I see I made any to show down Babin shop. The honorable means see from Bahokura.
Who was show down barber shop, El Chroma?
Of Uncle 7 days, will be earning.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that's it. Papa pass what to me, I be dear dance here to say. Ma Yentwaso and name. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Uncle.
Sinopay.
I can't say it here.
Woody, baby, I'm free na you.
I'm from Battery because I'm fresh.
What is it
I
you?
was near to my morning. I was near to my morning. Ken, the everything that is I made them many people in Mono, me a king. I betrayed from the radio because we can't say we can't support today's NPP are old to over control NPP. The idea is say no control until after I will try about Saturday. No, the San will be a video call. My the San will be answer. Yes, I know. We need the catch also. We need to no shame with you. Then they are here. This almost had the king, but now they say, can you bet my reading? Never once I'm confused to say, Samuel. Just Kodia. Now, prominent control women. I'm not being up. And one I have some do you sometimes I can't cry one saying because King the reason some confront now basic one was having up and I the two
Ma yenda won so ase say watimi abadwumade no eso. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
You can't say it.
Opani Woody, baby, I'm free ni ntiu.
My friend and I my friend Cleveland.
Yet you.
And the car I said in Agyapong. And so I can know you pen to create. That's all kind of canal of my. But the Ghana they also deep or more so far Agyapong. When I say empty phone because I'm only few. But you know, Nipa Akumani Yale for the phone. No cut man. Or say I think for two. Or just it into all it's not particular. Also, my friend. It's in the past, or can't send to what? Tell yeah, can't find money. A teacher back, lawyer back. You're my businessman to Mulan and Hadi. Oh, we need Papa now, can answer for you. The yen need Papa here. In the Papa here. What you say? They got a phone, I don't know, here, and yeah, and for phobia, obvious officer present. Only of one party. I didn't know what's so young. What's so young for what? What can you? What can you come here now? On no what you no money there. On no yellow. If you a telephone will be ye. Come coming down. Now, my party near Bapu. Now, Papa, on only part, a do the Tamwa. We have to play a Casabatao. Only part also do also. The Tam new. My dear Yanni, you ever working and then you have to Casa. Now, Papa with your mouse already. Put them ready. Because Papa Okita. Also, no on pencil, it was so child so Penania. Also, you are so friends to be out of so and we go. It was some Musa, not Teddy, young lady for Panachi. Now, you're soon not Yaduna, or to be doing now, or money, youth, or my my. Yes, I, your bread. What you say? Then kind of credit any free. Yes, Anna.
Yada say, ma, union so and twaso, Wadaroma, na, yanko yanim. Ibiajina so and so Papa. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
You can't say it here.
Would baby akasa free na yentio.
Mpacho ye from me Abnado mami frepi Italy.
Abina yetio.
Me so the American say Kendi Wakuma, but problem is a part no woman na omumpe because the omo ye bia na no de ohu obeka.
Abna wo de ano no.
Omo pen kre. Omo pen kre. E you say no omo question no by the end of the day no obewi ni so omo mpe o. Ono an obeba. And I was stretching also when I said, me penastem pa board. Or kind of question the TV all time, we had them from the work when I free. And last pa me that say.
Menso me da say papa say watimi aba. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, me free US.
Okay, Udin.
Na me need the prince. In fact, mo ye papa e bo ma baso nko so a enye ka kaka me pe me kan say enoma ken I can Agyapong ayama ye mu bi no se ka say e kan wansama ye fi phone so what you say ta na usu bempa e kan afa lottery na edin kan ba ye eno na nam so ne nyina ye timi bi America ye hwe busuafo na yen edu bi ayanka say before yen kan kre say even America fo kwa yen a enam lottery ni kan so aye bedu akrati ye kan say ye support ko support papa na nke the whole Ghana kanya de aken no mbeto no so aba because papa na ye bia mo bia o say why ye nyoma bebre amamanfo na this youth na aban because of media anti papa na so efaso because way back 92 NPP oba NPP ni mo say papa na aye nyoma enu ti no youth no say because of media ntina omobudi disono na omonam no omokra to chacha for sika kakra ombanyedi yen akontufo ye pre wo hase ya ihia papa no because wapa America ha abeba wetumi successful o Ghana nti nim so no se nyame ma na adom na Ghana for the abendwa no na obetumi aboa ma yen nyina tumi abayede etumi abafi abaye no ma aboa before enti no ye best Ghana for NPP mpinifo na amo ton mo nim nyam
Obani me da se ma obi nso nto aso kaka why wadaroma ye be fa be mienu bi e de aka wona afi ye wie na ya back to studio. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yes sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinopay.
Yeah. Yes sir, Adusi Boku. Me ka safi kumase. Yese me to aba. We dey akin na me to aba no. But mo ne yes sir say movement TV. Me see mo ese mo ni habotre. Sisi ekoya enye movement TV ni mu na enye o. Yeke dis na enye. Ye dey kin na me to aba ma na e dey obeba. E dis mo ni na habotre ni dai bi no to ko na ye ko no.
Pacho yani obia yani opani adu si wadaroma yani obia ni ntokwa why ye de ye adwuma
ye hu ntokwa no
yanko ye ho wadaroma yanko ye ho so obi ni ye ho ntokwa ye nim ye adwuma ye sini pay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, thank you.
Sinopay.
You can't subject here, pepe.
Opani within the baby of free until we are last caller.
We did the Kofi Ampofu because we are cry. I and then you be changing your bema, Osi Bampa. And Wabajuma, the Tanachi. Now, I could draw me any Yano and what the NPP and Aposak. Sisiano, Yefu Koyefu. It's delegate for you now, I'll be your pass of delegate. Yes, Ramo. You never saw a move. You know, we be Jacko, but you can just on the true that will be this will be catching and our platforms no or sack. Baby, I'll be see you Ghana for after almost would bear a castle or Srecano or Benny Seven. Canada Agyapong, on what you're attacking the do, only bit to be a corner on what you're going with the one.
Men so me da say yemfa ofredu medienu fansia na fei yemra back to studio ye wo messages mienu bi e wo WhatsApp enti ye fa enu wi na fei ye ne Owusu Bempa aba bewie na ya to aso akoyanim na ye nua ba na ye timi awo ba foforo kra wo show no so ye fe no Emmanuela Asante Noala Asante na wabesra wa ha oba pa na tsai
Nyamiado Mr. Inko.
Bibia Boko there.
Very fine, thank you. Bibia Boko. I'm glad to be here. A special edition of
we are also glad to see you.
Thank you.
And
thank you very
much.
Message
in my
okay, so yeah, this one is definitely coming from America, but one funny dia and it's a very long one. So our first WhatsApp message is: I advocate for peace, but when I speak, it seems they are inclined towards conflict, as the word of God suggests. When Baumia addresses an issue, there's often little reaction, but when Honorable Ken speaks, it ignites. He said it ignites anger among many, but this man is for peace and just wants to help his nation. So can't we get it? Why are so many Ghanaians vindictive toward Honorable Ken for delivering the same message as Baumia? The only difference in Honorable Ken's speech is the inclusion of the Edubuahin part of their history. Do people apply critical thinking analysis at all? This situation is quite serious. Why is there such hatred? Is Honorable Ken not a Ghanaian citizen? Does he not help the economy of Ghana grow? What has made him a menace to so many people now? Or is it only because he stated that he wanted to be the leader of Ghana? Why does everyone despise this man so much? That seems inappropriate, doesn't it? He also said that it is obvious that the majority of the dishonest individuals in the country who are embezzling the country's money do not want him because they are motivated by self-interest, or more importantly, by personal benefits. We should all be aware that God is not an enemy to those who mean good for the nation. This innocent man who wants to help improve our nation will be led and protected by God, whether we like it or not. That is very insightful. So that's our first WhatsApp message for today.
Okay, so for Bakope Eka Humaye Nafe Yemra back na Yemfa and common
very, very well then. So let me read a very short one. This one is coming from he said Isaac Esiedu Bento. He said Kennedy all the way. We need Kennedy, NPP, we need Kennedy, NPP. Kennedy is the only candidate to win the power for us.
Okay. Enti eno yenuaba Noala Asante enene ya wono foforo ewo sinipen eso enti Nyankopon ya no betai aba. Now coming back to Ernest Owusu Bempa ewo studio hana ya de dwumedie no aba awiye ma menka we se Fosua men powder dro ba ko aba mema eboa mema pa eti se wo ye bema wo hia Fosua men powder me pa cho se bia na bema dan danya na osisi wo ya wo behwe na wuntini na nkasa kra no emoje ntimi ndia frusane yi ewo mu a wo hia sa won sabeka Fosua men powder ebeboa wo asamfu ni peduenum amwatimi abo adwuma wonya powder ni bi na de fra ensuohie de no anom eno ano no bibia edayi bema obeje 3 point emiamia wudu amebebo so duru ho asa open dodo atu ana open mako onsabeka bi Achimota St John's CFC bus stop eno eben Eco Bank wo ubenya no dodo atu no ho afei Madina enso so Queen Adepa Heba eno so ye eben Malcolm Old Malcolm Dino ya wonsabetimi akambie ewo ho tema Little George Health Shop enso community 5 Africa so modern herbal enso so ne farmer trust and we the same building mo na oba eye enkrampum mantemu a okanshi drug lane e wonso so no thank you pharmacy e wo ho ya won sabetimi aka bi your numbers no eye 0244 017 097 and afi 0552 812 912 wonsa eka eye powder ni bia ebeboa papa now utie omo a efreye messages ahodo a ebaaye na you could see that ebimo ho a obi timika se ono onye MPP ni but o support Honorable Ken. It tells you say enkofo are ready a omo etwen Honorable Ken dey Agyapong a ebema party MPP no aba back to power.
Is it not a surprise to you say yebekwa aba na party core base we check here Ekufuad votes unyae now they compare the Baumianyae just in the space of 24 years not 2.1 million of our core voters didn't vote so for any other reasons that we've given here now you're worried as a party we feel that everything is normal. We are doing the same thing at the same time. Maybe a football fanatic, me own football club, and we coach na me do coach team na ko bobo na me team no we manager near show 5-0. Abysmal performance after 5, 6, 7-0. Na me o crucial match be mo on yes me sanfa coach na ko I'm sorry I won't do it. I will sack you straight up. Intino I think say normal political reasoning should prick us a little bit that something is fundamentally wrong as a party. Mama example say, is it surprising? Say the candidate by so Zongo community, ni Muslim community, and yet when we go to the north, the candidate can record 30 polling stations, 0. 30 polling stations in his own backyard, 0. Is it surprising? Say Zongo community. Zongo and I say Zongo ye nyina ya setting Zongo development ni bibia o wa ye nyina ye na apart from Winneba Zongo you lose all the Zongo communities. Is this something that we think that is tactically right as a political party to take the same candidate? Intermediate metuma delegates say the rejection rate is data omo pay data intermediate na me data na omo because omo pay data. Now go can data same says anso ani ahia se edi watem nipa no mudi na chi no so e data ntia na ye betra ye can data ye nka bibia ye kodu obi atem. We respect him a lot because data na ye di adwuma say am dia di ko to me Facebook and na wanim tantan e data wanim tantan e minim se mani mo tan enti ma se me wonya na beka e na me ozu bempa ade ba ko amonti ase se me atem me ka se na di matem na ye me de o enti mo ko form social media gang. I've been around for over 20 years in this political game. Now me a young pa. I've been in BNR cells 3 times. Those people, yeah, man, family, Aduma Kube, Yabachia, dear Kushim. Me and Casamada BNR cells. Now MPP opposition, and there's no riffraff will be on the social media. Now almost 2 ampia. Now MPP for Boji almost. You can member power MPP more member no never. Where we are member. NDC yes I'm sorry and then ma hu so ma betwa to social media mini akwasi kwa aten ko Joy FM yes obi atwa we are focused on dealing with Mahama and the D levy a member na ibetima kasama NDC adwane ankɔhye de ye ne te ha no yes ya konwa boa ho bu e wo ye fie ye hwe ye bobo ya konwa ni mu ansa ne NDC fo abeko de ye sorry me konto ko hunu bia o di ase ye ne te ha no ye ni se si asem ye be yenim kwa ebetimi de strategy atokwan mu NDC o ma suchi be ben Mahama no onim all the NDC people they know and yes I rant akotna Joy for Savage you are lying you are this you are no and you know and you dey fight politics no me metima sources here adopt strategy within 24 hours next in a year asem government will deal with it and na me kan omonti asem enya duro e yadoma chede anya me dia che Honorable Ken Agyapong betrans here not to necessary. We don't know what will happen in this country. The air can see a kunya bo ho bu. E wo dem. akonya na yetra so dia ko defend abu ne na ba ko abu meboa yakoto Obama yakoto election your presidential candidate enya 0 e wo no an backyard 30 police stations wo se me yanka wasem ni yango kan ndisi wasem. We will talk about that matter. Yes, ye fear die ye nye dwaso hantan fiare ho me na na bi ne busa abeno se woni mu akobusa wo nana se ka se dwaso hantan fiare ho ase ne sei mu amose na ye yenka pa NDC asem yenka no ye fa me dwaso hantan fiare ho me dia me titwi o me titwi me come on those targeted audience they will understand what I'm saying. If ye na ye sorry ana ye koto ayampia ofom me ba me sha se manka dollar ho asem ye obi ba JK ana ye gini di se obi ba JK krupa ya ran yo se no mkohia be obi twom ye Messi o chi dollar pa na o de akoto dem no a lock me boa ni enim se dollar de why ne betimi ne dollar di asie okruma why mumu why ne betimi ne dollar di asie okruma e che oye obi ba JK and then me $10 some say person NDC for watch dollar about for no me mo shime na ma ferry with me ferry because ene no ma NPP panie NPP panie ye economic lecture okroma na ba bio me wa economic lecture said deal CD no the strategy 442 formation ni abo to 30 year dia to form and then hey the exchange rate to where the men go come so now and then osafo yensa ye ho and no osafo yensa ho hey ayade etino ye bubo ye no mpeni ye bubo ye nkonwanim na bibia ye nimpa say NDC is goofing. They are goofing big time. So what is the strategy as a party to convince the ordinary people? What are you saying? Nene ye ko abontia se Kufuado ye evil. Na Kufuado na ma win election. So what are we going to convince? And nene ye ka se Kufuado anya reshuffle ntini elusu ye. Na ve Ghana for akoto aba mahama na o dealing with nurses. Why should we need to go and apologize to Kufuado? Say na nasema kan ye boa eno ne ye home exercise ye etobi obeka che say na mo ndisi mun ko kan ye no mun ko no ko pa Kufuado chow say na nasema o kan ye no say ye se na me lose support ye de propaganda ye de nye hwe ye de ne vice president ye anye hwe ye de ne the gold of oil buy na ibenya ye de Kufuado na no president na de administration wa anye hwe boni bia na ye de asoa ono na no de adefun se no ono so no records ye de election it as a political party no we will purge ourselves ye fu boni ese ye purge ye ho ne fi bi ewe mu bi akwansa na ye ngina ye na so brane ne ne adisi for dia kosiani and that is what we are going to do etino no de obi ntimi meka jiro obi ze na sori ko na koyese ni koyese odi ase eti eye very fundamental as ye kama party for no ti ase na de ye ka omo betimi ni NDC for akasa e de ase ani a sanko form titi social media na ye sorry say ye podcast okroma anka unim nioma ebesi okroma anka yenya 100k kura na nkiswa 100k kura kiswa odi azenti minua de ye kan say Kennedy akompro kwa Agyapong. A day is coming that me masomo da yehu I will stand at the Jubilee House or I will stand at the Independence Square seeing Honorable Kennedy Agyapong holding the Bible, swearing before the Chief Justice that I, Kennedy Akompro Agyapong, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will hold allegiance to the people of Ghana and I will subject myself to the laws of this country and become the President of the Republic of Ghana. Opa ne bude to ewiem atumfo ntimi sesana da nipa nsusu ye bia ntimi sesana da asase ntimi sesana da. It's a prophet I'm giving you per market. And Kennedy Agyapong will be the next president after John Dramani Mahama. 2028, he will be sworn in as a president. Now me, I will be crying with tears of joy. And then Ghana, the Ghana for pay, see who leadership. You will see showdown leadership. And then Ghanaians will see a leader with pragmatic action, action oriented, a leader who will call a spade a spade. He will call it. Now you say the whole Ghana, Obiano one of China, big businessmen, the Chinese community, the China, all this thing. I'm not going to say, sir, pokwasi interchange, Nipo dia ni muko negotiate all the money at the buy the Japan. They don't know. They sit there, they talk back. China, who do China? All the big projects, all the big businessmen want to deal with Canada, Japan. Eti mu de mu transfer mu fa mo to madwe. Memma ba be bu man no, o de o man no akọ se wo ye eyi a Ghana de ba ko high fundamental indiscipline. Indiscipline. The minute everybody will hear that he has been sworn in as the president of Ghana, the whole attitude of Ghana will change. Michelle maybe what's papa no kweka any no nonsense inti me to abama. Because Ghana, they are lacking from the youth to the ordinary people is indiscipline. Then the man rolling here popular, and they see the characteristics that wine and mameno another Minia Kenneth on one casa or Genogena Minia Kenneth ya on one ba ako ne paperwork in roadworthy problem and all born whom you call friend papa said that be a chimney waha. Juma odidi no o say famma police ni na men nkasa masa locking no me anamba mo locking. This is Canada Japan for you. He doesn't care. Ne ma men no wo se ne yere waka se ne yere di nsemu se be first lady be you adi me pam. And this is what we need. Ghana, there's a new dawning coming, a new beginning coming, a new hope coming. The youth no crowd the Gen Zs no mo na se mo jijinam na mo tum penten kwa ekomurase na mo ne delegates no kokasa say we need a new business as usual is gone. We need a new paradigm shift, a new leader who can change the status quo. Ye bibia say buglang ye leader ne dio one ka cho say leader obra once ya and no every leader must be prepared to step on people's toes. Who a leader no want to step on people's toes, you cannot ever be a leader. To be a catch us that person is lying. We a leader. That's a woman say dear way. Na menana more me fa we na me twaso. Na me sifom. Menana be ma okwa asante achima gugu friend na chi mensa. Okwa agugu ade ho agugu street nyina ono ye. Ni din da ho besi ne. Obebu baby ana dan so obabebu am ya ye kwan no. Okobu ni nua ba de first. Ansa no start ebu obi ade. Na mabu mi nua ba dan a who born dog so we mu dan o ti ase enti no that is how leaders we a leader you walk the talk you are tough na what sorry anopa akobu nua ba dan a abusuafo ye no ado ahoma so ne no betra eso mfa ho obu nua ba dan na obi de na antimi mu eno ne fe ni leader the youth no mo fa hyema dwenim say leader is a tough person, somebody who tough person. He doesn't care the consequence. He takes the necessary risk. These are great leaders. Attributes we be na media ma no. Mo go more research. This is for free. Na mo van compare papa na ye kan wasem Kennedy. Na mo re say papa yi oba Ghana political limelight mo hwe oni anas issue mo hwe ni o me koso ade a obi asuro society so obe sekire na ka no. Eno no obe ka o kan so oye. Say ni pe yo ya doye. Ohun se obi ho kire no a no pe so ye di obetumi bi ade aboa